Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Married at First Sight Australia, Season 10, Episode 17? I think this is episode 17. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. Also, if you want to show me some love and support over on my Instagram, you can follow me at, the handle is down below. I was about to spell it out, but it's just my name. You can follow me on TikTok and my other YouTube channel as well. So today is the commitment ceremony. We're going to skip straight to the commitment ceremony. You know, the fluff at the beginning typically is irrelevant. So Adam and Janelle are on the couch first. And Adam is still here making excuses. And the experts are like, that's enough.
Can I just be honest?
Please.
I was drunk.
You say the words, I'm sorry, but you don't understand it. Nobody else is doing it. You are. Until you own that, you're going to repeat these mistakes.
Here's my belief. If you think different, you can let me know in the comments down below. Maybe you have a difference of opinion and I'm inclined to hear you out, okay? I believe if you are unable to take responsibility, if you're unable to be introspective and see where did I go wrong here, you shouldn't be married. You shouldn't be married. Main reason is because in marriage, there are going to be so many points of contention. And if you're unable to say, listen, my bad, I'm sorry, and leave it at that, not an excuse, not a, I did it because I'm sorry, but you need to understand that. I mean, maybe it can help in conversations if you're trying to elaborate, but in terms of apologizing, accept responsibility and apologize without excuse. You know what I mean? If you can't do that, you shouldn't be married. Okay? I don't know why Adam thinks he just was going to excuse his way out of this. Like, wrong is wrong. Experiment or not, wrong is wrong. And you should have just said, I was wrong. They both decided to leave. Adam took that literally. He left immediately. And nary a person followed him. So, well, yeah, there's that. Alyssa and Duncan have been doing well until this whole kiss scandal came up, and Alyssa's moral compass has just been off the rails.
It's just somebody that you've just met. They've done all these horrible things. Why are you the person to have to reach out to him? Knowing how Jesse felt, you would still continuously speak to Adam. I don't get that. I don't understand.
I hoped that Alyssa could say, I don't agree with you, but I understand why you probably went and did that.
Now, Alyssa, to me, lacks self-awareness. Here's why. We know Alyssa was complicit in a 6-month affair with a married man. She shared that with Duncan, who was not impressed by that revelation. However, it is his graciousness and his willing to hear people out and understand certain circumstances lead you to do certain things that continued this relationship between Alyssa and Duncan. But she wants to be upset that he's still open to being friends or at least communicating with Adam. Girl, that same grace was extended to you. If you wanted him to be the person that, if he was the person that you wanted him to be, y'all wouldn't be together. Does that not make sense? And then she's going to go on to say, the reason why she's triggered by the situation is the way that Adam made other people feel in his affair. Again, I say, were you not in that same situation? I don't know. I feel like people in glass houses shouldn't really throw stones. That's all I gotta say. They both decided to stay though. So yeah, I feel like at this point, Alyssa, you either gotta dead this situation or leave. Because Duncan is just that guy. I told y'all something. Duncan is just too good. Something has got to give when it comes to Duncan. We then have Leighton and Amel, who are doing very well, actually, and they both decided to stay. Tani and Ollie are talking about life outside the experiment, and they also decided to stay. Harrison this week is on the couch by himself because Bronte... At first, they said Bronte's not feeling well. And then Harrison decides to elaborate on how she's not feeling well.
I'm not a voice for endometriosis or a woman's biological functions, but it's just really hard to see her like that.
I'm not getting a sense that you're being real with us. Stay or leave. What's it going to be?
I am so glad that John called him out on being inauthentic, because what is this? Oh my, like, of course we know every year it comes out that certain storylines were pushed just for drama's sake, but I'm just like, Harrison, could you at least make it believable? Could you at least lead us into your story? Like, oh my goodness, you're going to cry over Bronte having endometriosis? Maybe it was an emotional thing for him, but come on, bruh. Anyways, he decided to stay, and on behalf of Bronte, he showed that she decided to stay as well. Evelyn and Rupert are next on the couch, and even though the nerves from Rupert have been addressed, they're still present.
You don't look comfortable next to her.
All right.
The more we spend time with each other, I see it blossoming.
Is this the first time that you hear that or get that validation, or did you know this already?
Yeah, that's a massive thing for me.
I knew it. Didn't you guys? I be knowing. I knew that something was off for Evelyn, but she was gonna allow the attraction to grow. And like, maybe if I put myself out there, maybe if he reciprocates, something in me is gonna, start to yearn for him. And that's basically what she said. I think that Rupert is going to be the reason why this relationship doesn't work out, because if he doesn't woo her, she's going to default to her lack of attraction for him, and it's just going to be dead in the water. You know what I mean? So Rupert, you need to buck up, sir. You need to woo this woman, because if you don't, you're going to lose her. So the tide is turning for Dan and Sandy, who feels as if her husband lacks sexual attraction for her.
You look like you're just friends hanging on in there. If that. Are you sexually attracted to her, Dan?
Right now, no.
Sandy feels like Dan is pulling away. She's trying to make herself, available to him, and he doesn't really want to be around her. He would rather do things that he would typically be doing on his own back at home than being fully present in this experiment. And so my mind goes back to the wedding. Guys, I be knowing. Because at the wedding, all these little comments, these little snickers here and there about, she's so different. She's not what I expected. I was like, this man ain't gonna like this girl. And it might possibly be because of how she looks. So here we are, and I'm not surprised whatsoever. And to further prove my point, y'all already know that they don't end up together. And the person that he chose was more in line with who he would typically go for. These people cannot fool us. I mean, sometimes they do. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But you cannot fool us, okay? The editors did give us that little tidbit in the wedding. So yeah, it's sad to see it end up this way, because I feel as if Sandy could have had a good relationship with Dan. I also thought that was a setup as well for Dan, because why did they give him somebody who was just so inexperienced? I feel like they should have put her with somebody who was on a more even playing field, but then maybe it would have been the blind leading the blind. So maybe that wasn't a good choice either. Yeah, not surprised. They both decided to stay, but we know in the long run, that's dead. Another couple who is lacking in the sexual tension department is Tayla. Why do I want to call her Sailor? Tayla and Hugo. Hugo has been making advances and has been shut down.
Can you please, if you're going to compliment me, say something that sounds at least genuine and reflects my personality?
Are you attracted to him?
I think that's pretty clear answer.
Now listen, experts, I completely hear you in the point that y'all are not here to build a husband, build a wife. This is not a, here you go, we've created the exact person that you're looking for, the perfect match. But I completely understand that. But you know damn well this was a setup. You know damn well you set both Hugo and Tayla up. You set Hugo up because you knew this woman would not be attracted to him. You knew that her domineering personality was going to be a lot for him. Like, you knew this. And with Tayla, you knew she needed a man who was a little bit more macho, a little bit more, like, come on. Tayla, I feel like is the villain that we can point at in this relationship, but it was just a mismatch pairing from the beginning. They both, however, decided to stay. I'd like to see if they make it through the experiment, let alone on the outside. So my golden couple, y'all are gonna make me have to pick Tawny and Ollie if y'all keep going on like this. My golden couple has been having some intimacy issues, mainly on Cameron's side.
Went to FaceTime with your mum.
So my mum, God bless her. I think she just said, oh, come on, Cam, like, give her a hug. Cam was like, no, I feel uncomfortable, and kind of got up and left.
I just felt pressured, and I felt it was unnatural.
I hear what he's saying. He's basically like, I shouldn't be forced to be intimate with my partner. I shouldn't be forced to comfort them. It felt like he was under pressure by his mom saying, oh, just hug her, or her mom saying, just hug her. She needs this kind of comfort right now. But then I'm also like, if you are intimate already with this person, if you do have strong feelings for this person, like, why isn't your inclination to comfort them? Why isn't your, like, even if it's something that's not first nature to you, when somebody prompts you, don't you think in your head, like, oh my gosh, yeah, this is the time that I should, you know, for him to take it as like, this is pressure. I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. It's reminding me, and it's going to piss me off if it ends out the same way. It's reminding me of Cody and Selena, where all Selena ever wanted was some affection from Cody. And Cody's response all the time was, it's just not natural for me. I'm not used to this, whatever. And they had similar backgrounds as well. Like Cody was an outdoorsman, had just done his own thing for a long time out there, like far from civilization, and then came into a situation where he had to be this overly emotional, very vulnerable person overnight, and it just didn't work out. If that's the same case here, I'm gonna be so mad. Last to go is Claire and Jesse, and boy, did the group dish out a tongue lashing for Claire.
I still can't get past that.
Not just lying once, it's like 5 times now that you've lied, like, throughout this journey for Jessie.
I think it's way past just kissing.
She's owning her mistake. But she's being accountable by apologising and saying I've done the wrong thing and coming forward. That is holding yourself accountable.
I'm of two minds when it comes to this situation. I believe that when you've been untruthful, every single time that you are in my presence and you don't tell me the truth, you are lying. You're actively lying to me every single day. So I understand the women on the couch who say, you've been lying. You had plenty of opportunities to come clean and you chose not to, and that's a problem. However, I have to side with Sandy in saying that at the end of the day, Claire did clear her name. She did accept fault and she did apologize. The thing is, we cannot ask people to take accountability and be apologetic and then still chastise them after they've taken accountability and been apologetic. You know what I mean? It's either you gotta say like, this is totally unforgivable, I don't care what you say, or this is what I need from you, and once you get that, we're on the road to restitution after that point. So I feel like the women, you've got to make a decision on whether or not you choose to forgive this woman, even though it's really not your, whatever, it's not their place, but whatever. You know, everybody gets involved in Married at First Sight. So I'm just like, yeah, like if what you were looking for was for her to take accountability and be apologetic, she's done both of those things. So now we need to move forward. Jessie did decide to leave. But Claire decided to stay because she feels like there's something to salvage in this relationship. I don't, but they do. Well, she does. So he was like, you know what? Fine, let's stay in another week. I don't think they're going to make it. And if they do, it's just for ratings. Anyways, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tomorrow's episode is the Meet the Parents. That's new. Typically, they do that over like a video call or something. So that will be interesting. Yeah, do all the things, the like, the comment, the share, and the subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.